The first thing I do when I get to work is put my lunch into the PCU refrigerator because their refrigerator is always empty. ICU is a locked unit, so I do have to badge myself in. And then I put all of my stuff in the dictation room's cabinets because no one ever goes in there, and I usually bring like my laptop or my iPad. Then I go peek in my patient's room, get report, look up my H&P orders and labs. Then I write down all of the medications that I need to give and the times, as well as any serial labs that I might have to draw. I do my full assessment, then I do medication administration, followed by any wound care, any baths, if my patients have like accidentally wet themselves or whatever, make sure everybody is cleaned up and fresh. Then, of course, I chart, because that's what my nights mostly consist of. Trying to squeeze in some snacks. And I usually eat lunch around 3 o'clock in the morning, and I have really been into soup lately. I try to stay hydrated, and thumbs this video up if you think hospital crushed ice is the best ice. Also, you can find these cups on my website. I'll link it below as well in the video. And 13 hours later, my shift is over. Since I am part-time, I can usually get a few days off, but I'm still always tired once I get back to work because I'm going to school full-time. I make sure to clean off my keyboards before every shift, and also make sure to have my planner in case I am itching to pick up any bonus shifts, and then, of course, chart. How creepy is the construction for pharmacy? Like, it's so weird. I absolutely hate coming down here. You guys often ask me what CRT is. So it's continuous renal replacement therapy. A longer dialysis, and these are the machines. These are the Prismaflexes, and I absolutely love these things. They're so awesome, and I like taking dialysis patients that have to be on CRT because then they're a one-to-one. So yeah, this is just our little room where charge nurse goes in to give report, and that's where we keep our Prismaflexes. Hola guys, I am officially off of work, but I do go back to work tonight. This is my weekend, so I'm working Saturday and Sunday. Work was okay. It wasn't too bad. I had two really sweet, birds. I hate to hit you. Move. How these birds out here in these streets is reckless. They just be in the middle of the road because we dead animals in the road. They just be eating them. They don't move when they see cars coming. Child, they do the most. But anyways, I had two really good patients last night. I had two older ladies, and they were so adorable. Really good to take care of. I like when patients are like that. One of my patients' husband was there for a little bit. He was super, super sweet. So that can make or break your night or your shift. Let's put it that way. If you have like sweet patients and sweet families, it can make your shift go so good. Whereas if your families are not as sweet, or your patients are not as sweet, it can make you have a very long shift. So I was very grateful that I had two good patients. One was just sicker than the other, so I had to spend a little bit more time with one than the other. But overall, I had a really good night. Can't even complain. Hopefully, I get both of them back. One of them, I think she'll probably be out of the ICU by the time I get back tonight. But the other one, I'll still have her, no doubt. I'll still have her, and I'm absolutely fine with that. I wanted to talk to you guys about, like, if you follow me on my social media, you know I made a post saying that they had to call the ICU over to PCU to drop an NG tube, and 5 nurses in the ER attempted and failed. 2 PCU nurses attempted and failed. So I walked over there, and no, I'm joking, but seriously, I did go over there. I'm actually really good with NG tubes. It's just a trick that I was taught by my preceptor from my very first hospital I ever worked at, and it never fails that I always do my NG tubes in, and I'm cool with that. So, I went over there less than a minute. I dropped it, and, sometimes you got to be a little rough when putting the NG tube on patients that are awake and alert, because they hurt. But when they fight against you, it makes it really hard, and a lot of people just give up, and I think that's what people was doing with her. And once I was done, she thanked me, and she was very appreciative, because so many people had tried to stick an NG tube in her, and it kept coiling up in her mouth. So I was just like talking to some of the other nurses, and we were talking about like being new grads and some of the stuff that you were so scared to do. Like, now you just do it and you don't even think about it. Like, I remember the first time I ever had to put in an NG tube, I was so shook. I was like barely inching, the NG tube in, or putting in a Foley the first time. I was just like, look, what hole does it go in, Like, same thing with like IVs, or even simple tasks such as like priming IV tubing and getting no bubbles. Those are things you used to like freak out about. And as I am now in the nurse practitioner program, and I have to go and do my very first OSCE, I'm like back to that same feeling of freaking out. Like, oh my God, I got to do a head to toe assessment as a provider versus from like a nurse, where I remember like the first time I had to do a head to toe assessment and get checked off in Sims lab, I was a hot mess. And I'm like, it's like nursing school all over, but 10 times worse, because I'm a provider. Like, as a provider, doing it from the perspective of a provider. I'm not a provider yet, but it is just a whole nother level. And it kind of makes me feel like, Jasmine, calm down, you'll be okay, you'll be fine, you'll do great. And I just got to keep practicing, and that's what I'm going to continue to do until my OSCE. But I just wanted to touch bases, especially for like you new grads that watch my channel, and you're like, oh my God, do you have any tips, do you have any advice? Just go in and try to absorb as much information, and one day you'll look up and you'll be doing stuff that used to intimidate you like that. And it's just the process that we all go through. We all experience it, and it's just, it's nurse life. So I had a pretty good shift, and I have to go home, shower, sleep, try to get an assignment turned in before I turn around and do it all over again. So that is what we're heading to do. I have a massive headache, even though I appear to be in a very good mood, which I am, but I have a massive headache, and I think it's just because I'm tired. So I got this shift, and then I get a big gap off. I think I give a total of 7 days off, which I'm hype about, because I am just going to try to get as far ahead in school that I can, and then I come back and I work 4 shifts. So 2 on, 2 off, 2 on, because I'm part-time. That's the things you can do when you're part-time. You get big gaps off. So that's kind of one thing I'm gonna miss about being a nurse. You can make your schedule to where you get a lot of days off, and you don't take any vacation or holidays, whereas when you're a nurse practitioner, you work a Monday through Friday or Monday through Thursday. I'm hoping to work a Monday through Thursday, so I gotta get there first. And now I'm just blabbing because I'm tired, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. I just wanted to come on here really quick and fill you in. I know this video is a little choppy, and I'm just trying to show you that every shift is a little different. I actually did not film that next day because I was floated to PCU, and I had a total of 4 patients. And honestly, guys, I felt like a medication administration nurse. All I did all that night was just pass meds, more meds, PRN meds, Mess. That's all I did in film. So now we're gonna go to the next clip. Gotta throw my Chipotle away. I went to class and then decided to pick up an extra shift tonight because a lot of stuff is coming up. Thanksgiving, Christmas. So while they're still handing out bonus shifts, I figured I'd jump on one. So I went to class and now I'm heading into work at 9:30. Hopefully they don't give me like crappy patients. I'm gonna be pissed. I told them I'm not floating, so. Oh, I gotta go in through the emergency room. I forgot registration door closes at 9. God damn it. All right. So I went to class. I went over everything I needed to go over for my OSCE, and then I got some dinner and ended up picking up a bonus shift. So I got a bonus shift, overtime shift. Your girl got paid. And that night actually went really smooth. I actually had one patient until around 3 o'clock in the morning. I only got an admission and she was a stable AFib, so wasn't really much for me to do. All of her night meds had already been given. Morning meds were not due until like 9 o'clock that morning. So I didn't have to really do much with her but put her on her CPAP and get her tucked in tight. So the basis of this is to show you guys what I kind of do as a daily work routine, but also to show you guys that my shifts are always different. No two shifts are the same. Even if I have the same patients back to back, things can either go really good or things can go either really bad, or I can be floated. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. I hope you enjoyed this vlog and I love you, huns. Make sure to subscribe and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.